What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Natalie Cole and her album from 1991, Unforgettable with Love, a tribute to her father. And this is another tune which I have not heard of, but I now understand at some point her father would have performed it. I looked on Discogs. This one, This Can't Be Love, is written by Lorenz Hart. So that's not a name that rings a bell, but presumably it's a songwriter who goes way back to the first half of the 20th century. At the very least, the phrase, of course, it suggests a subjective perception, meaning it's not "this isn't love," it's almost like incredulous or hypothesizing, wait, this can't be love because love would have XYZ characteristics, or I would be responding in a way that is different from what I am feeling and doing now. So yes, it feels like someone trying to take stock or assessment of whatever romantic or psycho-emotional connection or situation they find themselves in, and thus I wonder if there's any dialogue here or if it's just a singular monologue about this particular moment in time. So let's give it a listen and see what I can pick up. This is Natalie Cole in a performance of This Can't Be Love, a song, as I said, written by Lorenz Hart and part of her Unforgettable with Love tribute album, 1991.
This can't be love because I feel so well. No sounds, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. This is too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love to look in your eyes. Oh, yeah. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. Oh, it's much too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love to look in your eyes. But still I love to look in your
Ugh. What even say? There's just something about old-timey, mid-20th century, first half of the 20th century music. It's just classic, which, of course, by sheer time distance and definition, that applies. But it's just so well crafted, and the musicianship, the quality of instrumentation is, I think, an enduring hallmark. And of course, this is a more modern recapitulation or recreation of those stylings, and in that regard I think it's fantastic. Indeed, I think this band is either the same band or is on the same level as the band in the Bobby Darin reactions I've been doing, where it just sounds like they're all kind of in sync with each other, they're having fun, maybe they're not really improvising, maybe it is all, on the page, but it sounds like a band just exploring different sections and horns responding to strings and the drum and the piano just dancing along. It feels like they're all in their wheelhouse, and Natalie sounds great. She definitely goes very big at the end of the performance, but before that it's kind of light and dancing like the piano. And the lyrics are really funny because at first it's like, okay, so she's saying like all the difficulties and the push and pull and the internal tension and the like dizzy spells and the heart like stopping, which I thought it was going to be heart beating heavily, but it was actually the opposite. But yeah, she says, her mind isn't up in the sky. She's not feeling faint. She's not feeling like the all that tension that can come with intense emotion. But then she's saying, you know what? I still love looking in your eyes. And so suddenly it's like, wait, okay, like it's all too sweet. It's, it's not there's no authenticity to the intensity that she's come to expect with love. And yet she still seems like she's actually enjoying it and she's still into this guy or their interaction. So yeah, like it seems to take a turn lyrically by the end, because you think she might say, well, this isn't real and it's not really doing it for me, it's not affecting me the way I know it should. But suddenly it's like, oh, but you know what, like I enjoy this, I enjoy being with you and looking in your eyes, and even if it's a bit superficial, she's still here for it. So I was not expecting that turn of phrase or turn of sentiment. So yeah, a clever little tune. Again, the band sounds great. I enjoy it. It's short. I want to say like 2.5 minutes, something like that. In fact, not even that. Just over 2 minutes. So yeah, a light little romp, and I think that was expressed most clearly by the piano, which just had this little sprightly and minimal accompaniment. It wasn't, the piano wasn't taking over the tune at any point, but it was always there, just giving the right notes, the right melody. And I enjoyed that little trumpet, I'm not sure, a brass flourish right at the end of the tune. But yeah, you could you could feel it building up and then releasing, and then we got that little trumpet or other brass flourish. So yes, a lovely little throwback tune. I really enjoy this album, and at some point I gotta hear Nat's performances of all these tunes, because his voice is one of my favorite voices. And again, as we get closer to October and then November especially, and of course December most specifically, I will be doing holiday reactions again, and there's still at least a few Nat King Cole carols that I have not yet reacted to, so that will come back and I'm looking forward to that. But yes, at some point I'd love to go through his non-seasonal tunes as well. In any case, let me know what you think. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.